Happy Friday, everybody. Ina here. This thing is on my lap, so it's going to be moving around, and I don't think that's quite ideal. So I'm going to put it right here on the table. And you guys can see in my beautiful living room the signs that there were children around. This is destiny. Hi, everybody. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I posted yesterday on my personal page and on LinkedIn about the fact that I felt that it was hard to get out of bed yesterday. And yeah, to tell you the truth, I was basically like in a funk. I was like numb all day long. And I had my mastermind group, because I'm a part of a mastermind with Dr. Gladys Otto. And we all help each other out. We all talk about our problems, and we all give each other support, which I think is actually super important, to surround yourself by people who are going to be cheering you on, rather than just always being surrounded by people who don't really get what you're trying to do, what your desires are, or what you really want to like happen in your life. You really should surround yourself by people who can validate what it is that you're trying to do, right? Because being surrounded by people who don't get it is just so demoralizing. And to tell the truth, like in my real life, I only have a few people who they don't even get what I do, but at least they're supportive of it, right? They ask me about it. Hey, how's it going with that thing? And sometimes, like, especially like my mom is like the epitome of that person who doesn't understand, but wants to so badly to support me that she asks me about it. She's like, hey, how's the business going? And I tell her, and then she has like, well, but why are you doing it that way? And I'm like, Ma, you're neither an expert at this nor my ideal client. So leave it alone. If you want, I don't talk to you about business anymore. And she's like, no, I want to know. So she's kind of like, had to like she gets like this slap on the wrist, like the like the wristband, like slap on the wrist every time like she asks like, but why are you doing it that way? I'm like, nope. I don't report to you. I don't have to explain anything to you. She's like, but I want to know. I'm like, okay, I'll explain, but you don't get to actually say like, you should be doing it this way or another. So she's kind of like learned how to navigate these waters, right? Of, us getting defensive. I get defensive about my business. I get defensive about what I do because a lot of people just don't get it. So the questions that they ask is not really out of curiosity. It's more about, like validating themselves that they know that what I'm doing is crazy, and now they're trying to get me to understand that what I'm doing is crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna play that game. So anyway, I say all this to surround yourself by people who get it, right? Talk to people who understand, or people who want to support you, right? Definitely lean on those people. So anyway, yesterday was a really hard day. I went to my mastermind and I was just like numb. I was just like this the entire time, and I wanted to lend support to others because others are going through hard stuff too, right? Everybody in business goes through hard times. We all get plagued by insecurity. We all go through this funk, right? It's not all like, yay, everything is great. It's not always like that, right? There will be times that I come and I'm like over the moon, and I'm like I'm looking for the word, like squirting happiness, right? Like out of everywhere, right? Like I'm just like super happy because something great happened, right? Like this week I published an article. When was the last time you published an article, right? Like it's a hard thing to do. I encourage you to do it. It's a hard thing to do, to actually sit down and put your thoughts down in a way that is organized, in a good way, in a useful way, in a helpful way. And I sat down yesterday and I said, I'm going to do this now. Like this is happening now. I sat down and I wrote this article. It's called 5 Signs That You're Being Manipulated into Staying at Your Job. And that article didn't start out with, me saying, okay, this is exactly what I want to write about, and this is what the topic is going to be. Hi, Marco. Nice to see you. So it didn't start out like, okay, it just kind of came like as a divine download, and now it just poured on the paper, all right, on the computer. It's not paper anymore. It didn't come like that. It was, a thought process. I'm like, okay, I want to convey a message out there. What is the most effective way for me to convey this message? What is it I want people to do, to think, to feel? I want to like grab people like by the shoulders and like shake them and be like, if you only got this, right? Like, what is it that I'm trying to get them to understand? So that's where the idea of the article came about. I want people to understand that when we live in corporate, we're in a bubble where we believe that everybody else who's not doing your career path has a worse life than you because they're probably making less money than you, or they have been sucked into a scam, like into a network marketing pyramid scheme, right? Or they're trying something, they're way over their head, and they're not going to make it, so they're just going to come back to the real world in a year or two, right? That's how we feel when anybody else tells us, oh, I quit my job, I'm going to do my own thing, right? And guess what? That kind of thinking, I always felt like it prevented me in corporate, prevented me from seeing other horizons, but I wasn't aware of it, right? If you guys are here, you are aware of it. I'm like preaching to the choir here. You guys already know that all this stuff is possible, that there are people out there making $1 million a year, and like easily, and they're being interviewed every day. And you're thinking like, oh, why aren't they famous? Why have I never heard of them? You hear about them all the time, but you never pay attention. They're being interviewed on TV. They are being quoted on news articles. They're being quoted on like your newspaper right there next to you right now. They're writing articles. The articles that you read every day, they're writing them. Right? These people are out there, but we're not paying attention to who they are. And they are out there, and you can be one of them. And I am going to be one of them. I'm in the process of becoming one of them, or I am already one of them, right? So that's kind of what I wanted people to understand. So I started by giving people who are in corporate a feel for, listen, you are being put in a situation where you're prime candidate for Stockholm syndrome, right? You're being put in a situation where you have golden handcuffs, right? And breaking out of golden handcuffs is really hard. And it takes a lot of self-awareness, and it takes a lot of educating yourself. So I thought I would start there. Think about all these ways that you're being manipulated at work. And then I tell you a little snippet of like, what can you do instead? What can you do to battle it? So yesterday I'm here trying to give everybody else support, and I've accomplished this great thing. And guess what? I got as feedback in the session yesterday. Ina, when you wrote that article, it was a really hard thing for you to do. I'm like, yes, it's a really hard thing for me to do. I've talked about this in other lives, that I've been struggling with this story from my childhood that has kept me playing very small and has kept me not acting when it comes to publicity and put my name out there. So yes, so writing this article is like a legit, like hard psychological block for me to do and to accomplish. And they told me, and you know what? When you put it out there, it was like, meh. Like you didn't actually celebrate the fact that you got over this huge hurdle. Like it's time to start like breaking that out. And I'm here like this, like I am tired. And I have insecurities just flooding me, right? Like these are really hard things to overcome. When you become self-aware, you start to become aware of these things that your subconscious has been hiding from you for a reason, to protect you from suffering, right? So self-awareness is just huge, but it has the side effect of you feeling things deeply, of you getting into a funk. So here's the deal, guys. I see Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Nice to see you here. So here's the deal, guys. We all go through this where we just say, what am I doing? I don't know if I can do this anymore. This is just too hard. This is like, does everybody go through this? I bet other people that I follow, who I admire, don't go through this, right? I bet they're just like go getters, and they don't let their insecurity stop them. But guess what? They all have that too. So I named this live, when insecurity floods your brain, is it time to throw in the towel? at least you gave it a fair shot, right? So what would it be like if I came to you guys and I said, I've had a really low week and I've realized that this is too hard. I need to go out there, get myself a job where I get a steady paycheck and I don't have to worry about any of this. And this is my last life. How would that feel to you guys? Like, wait, no, right? And I know this because I have heard firsthand from people that I have been able to help. And they see me and they're like, yes, like, please keep doing what you're doing. Because even though I'm not commenting, even though I'm not engaging, even though I'm not putting a like in your video, I am here and I'm watching. By the way, if that's you, can you write a comment right now or like this video or say something that lets me know that you are there and that you are listening to this? A lot of people, like my husband, he calls himself a lurker, right? He's like, no, he just browses Reddit. He never comments, he never likes, he never upvotes, right? He just lurks, right? I want to know if there's any lurkers out there. Like, is anybody else watching this? And like, come out of the woodwork so I can say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support, right? Even though we're not interacting, like, I know that you're out there. So going back to what would it be like if I just quit? That is like that which you feel, if I were to say this, that is how people out there would feel if you stopped going after your dreams. Because there's a lot of people out there whom you haven't helped yet that need you, right? And it's hard to believe right now when you haven't had any clients, when you don't know exactly how this is going to shape up to be, right? It's really hard to see the final vision of it. You know, to imagine your future clients thanking you for changing their lives. It's really hard to imagine that. But I want you to try, because the only way to fail at this is to stop. What would happen if I stopped? That, to me, is the only way that I can fail, is if I stop. Through this journey, there are different things I'm going to be feeling. I'm going to feel insecure. I'm going to feel like I don't have enough money to keep going, right? I'm going to feel like I'm traveling too much. This one hits home. I'm traveling too much and I'm not here for my children. I'm not here for my husband. I'm leaving them with a load when I travel. I'm traveling again this weekend. I'm going to go see my father for New Year's. I'm going to see my father for Father's Day, and I'll be traveling to New Jersey for 3 days. And my husband is going to be here on Father's Day left with the kids. Right? And my husband understands, and my father is excited to see me, but I have guilt, right? Because this is not the only time this summer that I'm traveling. I'm going to Podcast Movement in August. I'm going to a retreat in July. I'm going to another retreat in August. I'm traveling to Chile in November. I am traveling possibly to a conference at some point in either September or December. And I'm planning another trip now, right? To go to the Holy Land with my mother. It's a trip, a lifelong dream that she's had, to go visit Jerusalem, to see where Jesus was born, and to see like all of that, like that, the religious story. And I want to go with her. I've been saying from the beginning, I've been saying this for years, I want to take my mother to Jerusalem. In this case, she's actually more like taking me, you know, but I'm going, and I'm here like feeling all this guilt around it, right? You guys, you have any idea, just this past week, my former boss contacted me, and I posted it on this group, contacted me and said, do you want work? We need a project manager. Can you come and help us? And I'm like, thank you for thinking of me, but not at this time, thank you. It would be so easy for me to say, you know what, guys, I am going to stop traveling. I'm going to take the money and run. And this was nice. But I would not feel fulfilled at the end of the day. So the reason I'm doing this whole live is, if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling down and out, if you're feeling like, oh, this could never happen for me, if you're feeling like this is just so hard, I want you to push through it. I want you to know that we all go through it, that I've been in business for, like in this particular pivot of my business, for 18 months, and I still feel it. I still have those weeks when I'm like this, right? I still have those weeks. Push through it, because guess what? Next week is going to be so much better. You're going to have this breakthrough. You're going to have this accomplishment that is going to help you keep moving. to build the life that you want, to not have any regrets at the end of the life, at the end of your life. I remember being in corporate and being at a desk, and right now, Friday, 9:44 in the morning, I would be all dressed up at my job, dealing with some issue or being at some spreadsheet or planning my next week, and thinking to myself, if I used all of this energy and all these smarts, all this intelligence, all of this drive, all of this like go-gettedness, right? If I use all of this for my own gain rather than just being here day by day just to get a paycheck, how far would I go? So I know that if I were there, I would wish that I was here talking to you about how insecure I felt this week and what a crummy week for my feelings it was. I would wish that I was here. So I'm still in the place that I want to be. So I just wanted to come and tell you, super real, this will continue to happen. There won't come a time where you're like, okay, I've made it, I got there. Like I always explain to my clients, success is like a staircase, right? Failure is stopping. Failure is stopping, turning around and going down the staircase. That's the only way to fail. There's no failure when you're trying to get up to the next step and you continue to stay stuck. That's not failure. That's just continuing to try until you make it to the next step. And you look up and you see other people in that same staircase, right? Several steps ahead of you. And you're like, oh, I just wish I were there. I don't need to move farther up. I just wish I were there. But guess what? Once you're there, you continue to look up the staircase to more people who made it. And they're like, oh, and you get a new goal. So keep moving up. It's all you need to do. It's okay to stay in a certain step for a little while. Get comfortable, catch your breath, and then keep moving. And today, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take my article and I'm going to post it on some news outlet distributors so that more people can read it, so that more people become aware of this group. So this is where I ask you, right, to help me out, right? This is totally like to help me. If you were in the same position, I would be helping you. And I do this for my clients all the time. And you will see this. You will see me posting about other people on my personal page, right? I just posted yesterday about my great personal trainer, right? And I posted about her music business. And I have posted about other clients that I have, and I've told people, go check them out, right? Because it's all about helping each other. Let everybody else know that you're there. So I would love your help on this. And the way that you can help me is by distributing that article, is by sharing it with people that you know, right? And I'm going to put the link in here, but the link is super easy. inacoveney.com/manipulated. That's a link to the 5 signs that you'll be manipulated at work article. Share it with others. Go into the article and write a comment. Tell me how you felt, right? Tell me, respond to me, and tell me which of the 5 signs is happening to you right now, right? And what are you going to do about it? So help me out. Tell more people about this article, right? And I'm going to write many more. So if this one doesn't really resonate with you and you're like, I want to help you, Ina, I just don't want to share this particular one, don't worry, there will be more. Okay? And feel free to tell me that. Just tell me if that article resonated with you or not. And if it didn't, tell me why. And if it did, tell me which sign you're stuck in right now. I would love to hear from you, and I would love your help in distributing this so that more people become aware that we are here and that we're here to help. Okay, guys? That's what I had for you. I have a wonderful client meeting in 12 minutes. So I'm going to get something to drink because I'm getting a little bit parched. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Feel your insecurities and then let them roll off your back. Next week will be a better week. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all fathers, and happy day to everyone celebrating with their fathers, and for everyone who lost their father. This is a good time to commemorate their life and how they lived and what they meant to you. All right, guys, happy Father's Day, happy Friday, TGIF, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Yay, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, click right here, and check out the podcast Trailblazing Out of Corporate Life. I'll see you there.